not entirely sure of a number, so
okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What are you?
Bruh, she can't even ballpark.
She's like, I'm just so rich. You have $80. Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, bud. Trust fund kids and minimum wage workers play truth or drink. Have you guys seen it? Because we haven't.
All right, let's jump into it.
Where does your family's wealth come from?
Generational wealth, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Oh, man. You know.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm Manuela.
I'm Lee J.
Hi, I'm Kashara.
Hi, I'm Kai.
What's the topic of the day?
Trust fund versus minimum wage.
Versus, huh?
Oh, versus.
We're talking about what people don't want to talk about, money.
I have a trust fund.
Definitely don't have a trust fund, so I'm representing the lower wage people.
Did you grow up with a trust fund?
I was born the last child of a wealthy, large family.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of, yeah.
Are you two nervous?
A little.
Yeah.
Trust funds are so interesting. It's like just a gift that was left behind by your family. That's just like, here's just like a ton of money.
And when it wasn't even left behind, it was like intentionally set up.
You're right. It's intentionally set up for, like, not like they asked for it. Yeah. It was just like, here.
I worked hard. Here you go.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You want to start out with a shot?
Sure.
Sure.
Gets the truth out a little more.
Okay. How much is in your bank account?
Probably $80.
Wow.
Damn.
Sorry.
Her face.
How much is in your bank account?
I want to say about $1,000.
$3,000?
That's not bad. I know a lot of people who are in the negative, so 3,000 is not like.
Oh, I'm in the negative.
Oh.
I just pretend like I'm not.
Student debt or.
Yeah, and credit
all
cards and
that.
stuff, yeah.
Do you find that that affects your like daily life?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to it at this point. I have what I need.
Okay,
So
that's good.
Okay, let's see. How much money?
She had that.
Yeah.
You poor thing. Oh, you poor
There's something,
thing.
it's something like how else would you react to that? But like, yeah, the way that she's responding is like, oh, that's such a shame.
You'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Money are you worth?
Honestly, I'm not completely sure. I'm gonna guess 750K to $1 million.
Okay.
Jeez.
Excuse me?
Jeez.
Wow. Okay.
So young.
Oh, that's crazy. It's just there. Can't even imagine that.
Shy of $1 million.
How did you come into it?
3 years ago when my grandfather passed is when I got the like actual trust.
Knowing that you were coming into that money, do you think it affected your behavior?
It's part of the reason I ended up moving to Seattle. I knew that there wasn't as much of a risk moving here because I knew I would always have that like that cushion to fall back on.
how much money are you worth?
That's nice.
Oh, wow.
This is starting off very wrong.
Is it that large of a number?
It's tied up in assets, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure of a number, so
Oh, okay.
cheers.
Cheers.
What are you?
Bruh, she can't even ballpark.
She's like, I'm just so rich. You have $80. Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? This is so uncomfortable.
Man.
Your stereotypes of people working for minimum wage? Be honest.
Mostly, I just think that like people's worlds revolve around work.
I would say for me, I don't make a lot of money, but I definitely still prioritize my free time. Like, I'm happy every day. You know what I mean? But it would be nicer to have a lot more money.
Mostly that it's high school kids. That was the biggest stereotype that I was shocked by when I actually started working minimum wage jobs.
That it's not just high school kids?
Yeah, that it's actually people just making ends meet.
So you said you grew up wealthy, but you work minimum wage.
Yeah.
Has something happened?
A lot of things happened. Immigrating to the United States through mainline channels is extremely expensive.
Yes. My family has immigrated here illegally, so it's like a different side that I'd never thought of before.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, from where?
Mexico.
Oh, cool. I'm from Venezuela.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I know. I look like a white lady.
I do too. Don't worry.
Do you hate the rich?
The issue comes into play when it's nepotism and when I feel like it's given to them and it's bought. So don't eat the rich, but just nibble them a little bit.
Nibble.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Just a little, you know, I don't want to ruin it all, but I think you need a little bit
I'm
of
not
nibbles.
hating on you, but I'm a little bit jealous.
I'm
of
definitely
what you
side-eyeing.
got.
I'm definitely side-eyeing it. Side-eyeing. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
750K. All right.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Tell me about struggle.
Fair, yeah.
Hi, my name is Randy. I'm one of the producers here at Cut. This game has over 400 questions. How much do you truly want to know? And how much do you dare to reveal?
I just read the back of the box. Honestly, I'm not that creative with my lines.
Enjoy the rest of this episode of Truth or Drink.
An actual game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Have you ever gone without a meal because you couldn't afford it?
No. As you can tell, I'm a chunky bitch. You can make a pretty good meal out of dollar store stuff.
Resourceful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I grew up with like a single mom and like a bunch of siblings, and we'd have no money, so we'd be sleeping in our car or we'd be in houses with like no water, no electricity. I remember there was a time where we had to like take empty jugs of water to like the park to like fill them. Yeah, it was so embarrassing.
I don't think it's something to be embarrassed about. It's just like that is like the reality, unfortunately, for a lot of people. And I don't know. Glad you made it through and you're doing better now.
Yeah, same.
So where does your family...
That's a positive way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, still terrible.
That's awful. Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
we watched some documentary where like water in France is like a fundamental human right. It's like free.
Yeah, they don't charge it.
Yeah.
Zac Efron. Never thought I'd learn something like that from him.
Yeah, I forget what the documentary was called.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Where does wealth come from?
So my parents both grew up in Brazil, not well off at all. So my dad always knew that he wanted to leave Brazil. He's like, dream the US. And he is like so smart. It's crazy. And he just worked really hard, went to school, paid for himself, got a job. He's an engineer. So that's what brought us over here to the US. He works for Microsoft now. So that's why he's here.
Where does your family's wealth come from?
On my father's side, it was generational. His whole family was very wealthy and they were involved in government back home. Generational wealth, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, what stereotypes do you have of people with trust funds, and do I fit those stereotypes?
You know what? No, you don't fit them. My stereotype would probably be like snobby or kind of like off, you know, just kind of like rude. Like you have manners, your parents raise you right. I think that's what parents should do. They should set up their kids to have a stable life. You broke that stereotype, so thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
The way the media like predict or depicts people with trust funds is like they don't have a desire to really like work or do anything, you know, productive with their lives. But
Yeah.
I don't know, you didn't grow up with like as much wealth as you have now, so
Yeah.
do you have like, I guess like career goals or just,
I was working. I actually quit my job on Friday.
oh, what was your
Wow.
job?
I worked in advertising, and I quit it partially because of the trust, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna end up homeless.
That's kind of also like a stereotype, is like being able to quit your job like that, because I could
Absolutely.
never. I could
know.
never.
I know.
The privilege of
That's-
that. Oh my god.
That is wild.
I just didn't
I
want
just
to do it
decided
anymore.
I didn't want to do it anymore. Like,
I
that's
mean,
nice.
if you can do it, good on you.
I mean, I kind of see like the whole idea of like looking at trust funds, kids and stuff, and thinking that they're kind of like lazy and stuff. But then at the same time, it's like, I mean, the successes of your parents or whoever in your family leaving something behind for your like kids and stuff. It's like in the future generations, like it's not their fault if like if I mean, at the end of the day, if they were raised and didn't understand the value of a dollar, and then they get caught up in all of this money, it's like I think any person who like does it that got all this money would do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Until like, you know, you realize that the balances are getting lower and lower, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then they either learn the hard way or maybe they start cleaning up their act, but
Yeah, I think a more like understandable like example we see of this is like kids or pop stars who get really famous really fast and they're fucking loaded and they don't know what to do with it.
well, then you have like situations where like the parents are in
Mhm.
control of their money because they're too
That's
young
true,
to
yeah.
deal with that. But I feel like with trust funds, it's like they reach a certain age.
I think so,
Like
right?
it's like they have to be like either. I think that the age is determined by the person who came up with the trust.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like that they get it at this age,
Mhm.
and then it's like, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if 18's too young, you know, to
Yeah.
like sit there and understand this. Like you have kids that are signing up for hundreds of thousands of dollars for student loans,
That's
not
true.
even understanding
That's true.
the level of how like crazy that's going to be when you graduate, let alone being handed that money and being
know.
like, hey, you can do whatever you want with it.
That's true, yeah.
Ugh.
When have you felt most guilty for having money?
A lot, all the time. Yeah. I just feel guilty about not being more conscious about what it meant to have that economic status. I was very young, and that brings a lot of guilt into my mind.
In what ways are you responsible for your financial situation?
I don't think society was set up for people that come from my like lifestyle, like raised having to struggle. I didn't learn how to save until I was in my 20s. I'm learning on my own as I get older, like how to invest, how to save, how to do this, 401k. I didn't know what that was until like this year.
In what ways
That's
are you
literally
responsible?
so common. Like, if you don't have the resources to understand that stuff, or no one's going out of their way to help teach you, it's like you gotta like hear that buzzword someday and then be like, "What's that?" and then do your own research.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, I feel like we just learned how to actually budget and
Yeah.
stuff like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We did 6 months, not even less than 6 months ago, we just learned what a high yield savings account
know.
was. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You just leave money there and it just
Gross.
grows a little bit?
Yeah.
That's weird. I just heard this from like one random like video I saw and was like, oh, let me look into that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So if you haven't heard of a high yield savings account, look into them.
Yeah, look into them. This is your buzzword time.
Yeah.
Responsible for your financial situation.
Oh, jeez. That makes me think of just how I've contributed to some of my financial problems. I feel like I have a lot because I've had mental health problems, and it's taken me a lot to go through. Working regular jobs, like at the grocery store, like I did, fucking made me want to kill myself. I've gotten to a point now where I'm like, I'm actually doing something that makes me happy. It might be paying me significantly less, but the mental clarity that I have overrides any need for more money. I think I need to take another shot.
Yeah. I gotcha, girl. I gotcha, girl. We're here. We're right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
To mental health.
To mental health.
What are your big
Yeah, I mean, like some people's jobs are just bad. Like,
Well, especially
Yeah,
when you're
dude.
struggling. Like, it's just like all the shit piled on top of each other.
I mean, it's just such a pain that we can't just do what we want
Mm-hmm.
and be happy with it.
Nope.
Although, when you go through like 2 career changes, you know, at least that was 3 chances. I went from cooking to now doing some form of design. Just like, who knows what else is next. Now I have a 3D printer and I do stuff with that, so who knows?
Yeah.
What are your biggest struggles in life?
I don't really know what I wanna do, really. My struggle is often like, how do I actually make myself happy beyond just like my basic needs being met? What are your biggest struggles right now?
Definitely money.
What are your biggest struggles in life?
My mental health is probably the biggest struggle.
What's your trauma?
So growing up in wealth meant that my family was under a lot of risk of danger back home. Kidnapping.
Yep.
I had to have a guard with me at all times, and then slowly I would realize that other people around me that I didn't know were also my guards, but they were everywhere. I struggled a lot to get
Wow.
a sense of like safety in the world.
Yeah.
Last one. How were
That's crazy. She had guards that she didn't even know were guards. That's like, I don't know. There's like a split level of anxiety that I feel like that like wealthy people also deal with. That's understandable, and like especially where she was from, like the fact that like they could get kidnapped
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, it's just like what
Like the spy
it's like what
movies.
every woman thinks about every day. Like,
Oh, yes.
are we more similar than you expected?
I don't know. To me, you seem like a normal, like humbled person who has like their head on straight, a very like broad perspective. I feel like that's like all I could ever ask for from anyone.
Yeah.
No, we're similar in the sense that we just both love being in our 20s. We're both like having fun.
You have like such an amazing personality. It was like so fun. I was really nervous.
I was
coming in, like,
nervous
excited,
too.
nervous.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna spit on me and be like, oh my god, I'm sorry.
Never.
I'm like, I love Bill Gates, and I'm kidding.
I was expecting like
I love Bill
someone
Gates.
completely out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm surprised. We are a lot more similar.
I love that. You're awesome.
Well, yes, you're awesome
Cheers
too. It was
to
nice to
awesome
meet
people.
you.
Yeah.
give me some money.
How was this experience, you two?
I mean, I fully expected someone completely out of touch with reality because, of course, me feeding off of what society has told me, like, you wouldn't know a struggle at all. But yes, you do because you're human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
People with money can either be oblivious to the world or have come from a background that's humbled enough they can recognize other humans struggling as humans.
I mean, you're either a good person or a bad person. That's how it works. I mean,
Yeah.
your actions are what dictate who you are,
Mm-hmm.
not what anyone else has to say. So, on that note, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.